Young lady that I had dealings with, or was dating, whatever you want to categorize it as, was coming over to the crib, right? And so I was feeling a little hungry. So I asked her, I was like, hey, can you, grab me food? I'm hungry and I don't want to leave the crib. She said, oh, sure. If you pay for it, I'll pick it up. So then I asked, wait, do I have to pay for it in order for you to bring me food? She said, yes, because if I pay for it, it puts me in my masculine energy. Wait, so we've been dating for a little while and you can't bring me food? $20? Unless I pay for it? And to me, don't get it wrong, I was not mad at all. She still came over. I went and got my own food and everything. But it did make me look at her different. Because to me, that's a character flaw. Because if you only have the capacity to do something for me under the condition that it's reciprocated or that I pay for it, that means it's not genuine, it's not in your heart. And to me, that doesn't work because I'm the opposite. I hold those doors for you on those dates because it's in my heart. I pay for everything when you're with me because it's on my heart. I book your plane ticket because it's in my heart. I am not one to keep score. And so if you can't bring somebody that you've been talking to, dating, a $20 meal because that puts you in your masculine, major red flag. And then I posted about it on my Instagram story, and one young lady was like, well, I would have done the same thing if we're not exclusive. Exclusive? Baby, we're talking about a $20 meal. I didn't ask you to go to the grocery store, cook, fill out my refrigerator. I asked if you could bring me food. Because we ain't got to be exclusive for me to pay for your nails, huh? We ain't got to be exclusive for me to hold all of these doors and bring you flowers. But we got to be exclusive for you to bring me a $20 meal. It's sad, man, and I think that's why we have the dating problems and trouble we have now, because nobody is moving just genuinely. Everybody is keeping score, and this attitude that I'm not doing X, Y, and Z if he's not doing this for me or she's not doing this for me. And unfortunately, I just don't move like that. I've never had. If you are hungry and I have it, you are fed. Simple. Whether I like you or not. Now, if I like you, it's a bonus. But it's in my heart to be this way. But I would love to hear y'all thoughts on this situation. Ladies, is she justified? Is she right? Fellas, what y'all think?
So, I definitely, when I saw this video in the wonderful world of TikTok, I definitely wanted to give you guys my opinion on it. And then I went in my Instagram DM and I saw so many people sent me this video wanting my opinion on this and wanting to hear, just my feedback. And so, interestingly enough, me being a woman, I feel the exact same way, right? When I'm around, I don't care who you are. If I'm around you and I'm gonna, I'm hungry, or if you are hungry or whatever, I'm going to make sure that you are fed. That is just within my nature. I'm just one of those people who I want everyone around me to always be comfortable, comforted, nurtured, fed. Anything that you need, I'm going to be here to support you to the best of my ability if I'm able to do so. And I've always had that mentality that if I have the ability to help or assist somebody else, that's what I have it for, right? And so, he said something very interesting, and before we get into the foolishness, he was saying that he feels that this is why the dating pool, the dating situation is how it is right now, is because there's a lot of people who are keeping score. And, I have my own opinion about that. I personally feel like the issue is that the people who are giving and who are caring and who are nurturing are ending up in relationships with people who are unbalanced for them and who are selfish. I think that is where a lot of the problems stem from, in my humble opinion. Because when I see, I always see it vice versa. I see a woman who will be on social media complaining that she is with somebody who is not reciprocating all the things that she's doing. We see this man explaining, his situation and that it's not reciprocated from the woman's point of view. And even in the comment section of this video, you saw a lot of women saying, well, obviously she don't like you like that. Or obviously she's not into you, because it's in a woman's nature that, you don't have to even pick up a wallet or spend anything if a woman really likes you, which is drastically true. Okay, we know that. This is why Pookie, we always got to use it for reference. This is why we always say Pookie got so much kids. Because a man who is supplying, even if it's just an emotional or physical need for a woman, whatever a woman is lacking or whatever she is in void of, once a man is fulfilling that need, she will go above and beyond, jump through hoops, co-sign a car, fix his credit. Like, she will do anything possible that she feels is necessary to be able to keep him and appease him, because he's appeasing her in whatever void it is he's feeling it. So off the jump, we already know that. However, I do find that even in the dating process or in the vetting process, it's very interesting for me to see how this man's logic kicks in, right? Because emotionally, a woman would see a man say that to her, she's asking for a meal. And if a man in turn did the same exact thing that this woman just said, if a man was like, well, it's going to put me in my feminine if, you choose the restaurant or whatever, just something foolish, right? Something that's completely unrelated. If a man said that, there would be no finishing the date. There would be no, I'm going to categorize you. There would be no, he can still come over. He can still hang out. It would be over, because emotionally, once a woman is in her feelings, that's it. This man, through his logic, is like, okay, well, I seen what the situation was, but now I am going to look at her in a different lens. I have no problem getting my own food. I have no problem doing my own thing, because at the end of the day, I have no problem providing anything for myself. But at the same time, now I'm looking at you funny, because now you're exposing that selfish nature that's within you that does not align with me. And again, this is what I see, we talk about a lot of very intricate issues, but across the board, one of the main problems is two people who are getting together who are not aligned. It's very important to look past how he look. Okay, look past how she look. It's very important to look past, the intimacy, the this, the that. It's very important to look at the qualities and the characteristics of the person. A lot of women who walk around right now talking about, men ain't this, men ain't that, men are trash, this, that, they put me in my masculine energy and this and that. It's because you're dating the same man. He just looks different. You are, whether you realize it or not, unconsciously attracted to the same characteristics that you say that you're not attracted to. That's why all the men that you are seeing and you are dealing with, you complain that they're not this and they're not that. But it's you who is attracting that man, because you are paying attention to maybe the clothes he wears, how he smell, whatever it is he got going on. But the characteristics and the foundation of the person and who he is, you're not taking note of these situations as this man is. This is why I always say to women all the time on my channel, listen, men are always testing you. Whether you realize it or not, whether you want to take my word for it or not, I'm telling you. They are sitting back with their hands folded and just watching you from the corner of their eye. Let me see how she's going to react in this situation. Let me see how she's going to maneuver if I say this. Let me see what kind of woman she is if I ask her to go pick me up a $20 meal while she's on her way to my house. Let me see if she's nurturing. Let me see if she's a wife. Let me see if she would be a good mother. Let me see. And a lot of you women are failing with flying colors. Like, just so easily failing. Because you're so worried about getting got. Or you're so worried about, somebody beating you to the punch. You're so worried about trying to sprinkle. That it's a possibility that there's a great man in front of you that you are just going to go ahead and you're stepping past and letting him just pass you by because of your own ego. If you are not willing, this is my opinion, but if as a woman, if you are in the dating phase, if you are in a space that you are trying to attract a husband, you're trying to be somebody. if you are in that space, it is very vital that you realize that once you step into that realm of dating, you have to have the mentality that you are going to be unfazed. And when I say unfazed, I mean that regardless of, you have to be yourself. If you are nurturing, be that. If you are caring, be that. If you are kind, be that. If you are loving, be that. And understand that if somebody comes around in the dating phase and they are not reciprocating very early on, and you see that you are not going to now hold this next person that you get into a relationship with, or the next person that you're quote unquote talking to, and say, I'm going to withhold myself because the last person took me for granted. Well, maybe you being yourself with this new person is what he's been waiting to see as well. Everybody is trying to play it very close to the chest. And to be honest with you, that's not how it's going to work. Because just because you decided that every person before was so deserving of the stuff that you were giving them, the little bit that you were giving them, and they misused it, does not mean everybody will. But until you change your mindset, and until you understand that you're not meant for everybody, and you're not supposed to be, you're not supposed to be, it wouldn't make sense for you to be looking for a husband if you were just going to align with everyone. If everyone is going to fulfill all your needs, that just makes no sense. That makes no sense. If that's the case, if you feel like everyone is going to align with you, every single person along the journey is going to fulfill every need for you, then that means that you do not need to be married. You do not need to look for a long-term relationship, and you need to stay out in the field because you just got a plethora of people who are going to be able to fulfill all the needs that are so intricately detailed to you. In my humble opinion. I think it's very important that we realize or we recognize the things that we are doing to stop ourselves or prohibit ourselves from being in the relationships that we say that we want. Just because somebody asks you for a meal, you talking about masculine energy, and this just goes to show that a lot of these women don't even know what masculinity even means. In fact, you purchasing this meal for this man that you say that you want to be with is actually a very feminine thing to do. Why? Because it's a nurturing characteristic. I'm not saying that men are not nurturing, but we're saying when we look on the scale of things, of who is, more nurturing, kind, the characteristics that we would identify to be of the feminine. That is actually a very feminine thing to do, to make sure that the people around you are fed and nurtured. But y'all wouldn't know that because y'all so quick with your dukes up trying to get somebody before they get you. So why are you dating? If you got your dukes up, you need to go sit on the bench and keep it warm because you're not ready for this. I think that I want to say this too. A lot of women have to understand that men need nurturing, men need compassion, men need to feel supported, men need to feel that they are catered to just as much as women need it. I'm just being honest with you. Men have been taught from a very young age, from their little. They grow up, they have to have everything figured out. They have to be leaders. They have to have a certain amount of wisdom. Everybody is looking at them and categorizing by the things that they have, by the things that they can obtain. In a relationship, they should feel like they are not only important, but they should feel that they are loved, comforted. They should feel like outside of this whole world, everybody's expecting you to stand up and be this and be that. But I just want you to be you, and I want you to know that you're good with me. I want you to know that you're safe with me, that you're comforted with me. Women always talk about they want to feel safe, secure, loved, admired, this, all of that. And what is your man supposed to be? Over there just twiddling his thumbs? How is he supposed to feel? What's going to make him feel secure? And also, what's going to set you apart? I'm telling you this. Withholding who you really are. The good, the bad, the this, the that. Withholding everything within you. And when I say the good, the bad, I mean, You have to be exactly who you are so this person knows what they're dealing with from the jump. And I know a lot of people show their representative and stuff like that. And is that normal? Yes. But at the end of the day, you have to be at the core and be authentic to who you are. Not the stuff that you hear on TikTok about sprinkle. Oh, I can't go to no chain restaurant. Oh, I can't do this because I got to be this. Who are you? Take away the noise. Take away what people are telling you to be. Who are you? What do you need to work on at your core? What are your greatest qualities? Who are you? Display that. And I bet that you will see the outcomes that you were looking for. In my humble opinion. I'd like to know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. I would love to hear you guys' thoughts on this video. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys in the next one. Love you.